Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Thursday, January 24th. Hope you're holding strong. I have some very positive news to share with you guys. It's a lot. It seems there's a influx of positive news this week, which is a good sign. We're seeing a lot of folks announcing acquisitions, mergers, building out of services, new players getting into the market. So all a great sign in this bear market because it's really a lot of building out of the infrastructure that's taking place right now. Now, of course, this is not financial or investment advice. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscription button. Also, thumbs up. First thing I want to start with is the market. Yesterday, we found out that the CBOE withdrew the VanEck Bitcoin ETF. Now, that could have sent the market plunging, Bitcoin's price plunging, guys, but it didn't, which is a great sign. It shows the market's maturing a bit, right? That even we didn't see pumps from positive news, about Fidelity launching their services and all the news that we heard in, Q3, and Q4 in 2018. Likewise, with this, what could be considered negative news, it didn't affect the market. So a good sign, guys. I think some maturity is happening, and that's probably because a lot of the weak hands are out of the market, where usually you see weak hands just start dumping, right? I think those of us who are still here, the hodlers, we should count ourselves lucky, guys. We are the pioneers, the early adopters in this new asset class that's being built out, where governments and corporate giants and Wall Street are getting involved and setting up their services, and they're looking to position this market the same way the stock market is, because it's not only going to be about crypto. We're headed to the token economy, where tokenized securities, real estate's going to be tokenized. So that's where we're headed. So crypto will play a part, obviously, and blockchain as the bigger, play a bigger part, where blockchain is the next internet, guys, and there's going to be a lot of different things built on it, just as, in the dot-com era, where you had multiple services and solutions and softwares and websites built on the internet. So I hope you see that. I hope you see the market holistically and not just prices of who's making moves, what's happening, because it tells an entirely different story. Now, I also want to really call out this right away before I head into the news. I will be interviewing one of the co-founders of Securitize, and I tweeted about this today. I also shared it on my Facebook page, asking everyone to post their questions. So if you haven't already, definitely, head over to Twitter and post your questions that you want me to ask the co-founder of Securitize. And to remind you guys, they just recently raised funding from Coinbase, Ripple, Spring Initiative, and some other folks, but they also partnered with IBM. So I'll be asking the questions as it relates to XRP. What are they going to be doing? Are they going to be leveraging XRP, building something on the XRP ledger? So leave your questions. Some folks already started doing so, and I want to make sure I get the answers to what you guys would want to know from these folks. I'm working on a lot of interviews because I want to get you information directly from the horse's mouth, and you can hear directly from these companies. I think that's important, and you can understand the building that's taking place, because as I said, you can't just focus on price. Price is important. We want to make money, of course, but we need to understand where we are in the timeline of this market. Now, speaking of big news, guys, New York Stock Exchange parent company has expanded its crypto data product. Who's the New York Stock Exchange parent company? You should know this. The folks who are building backed or have built backed the Intercontinental Exchange, ICE, right? So we're talking about major establishment here. Intercontinental Exchange, the parent company of the New York Stock Exchange, has expanded its crypto data product. The company said in its LinkedIn post Thursday, here's a quote, "Our enhanced crypto data feeds provides greater transparency," the Atlanta-based firm wrote. According to the post, the product now provides trading data on over 400 crypto and fiat pairs covering 30 marketplaces. Now, why would the Intercontinental Exchange be wasting their time on crypto? According to some people, crypto's dead. Crypto's going to zero. Bitcoin's going to zero. That's what some of these people are saying, right? Some people are saying it's a Ponzi, pump and dump. It's fake currency, right? But like I said, watch what the big money's doing, not what people are saying. Well, what are the investments being made and what are the governments doing? Guys, it's a build out of the infrastructure and the things that are to come. And I'm telling you, when this thing takes off, when you have, like the Intercontinental Exchange and NASDAQ and all these folks providing these services, the money will be pouring in. They will be doing mass marketing. Now we have to be patient because it'll go through its cycle. The market has to go through its bear and bull cycles. So we have to be patient, but I hope you see what's happening here. The investments, the resources, the services, the features that are being built out, it all speaks to what's coming. This is all, I hope you understand it from a logical standpoint. Crypto sometimes there's a tendency to be cultish. There's a tendency to have a religious feeling towards a certain crypto, and some people tie in politics and all kinds of crap. But I'm all about facts. I'm all about the business aspect, because that's where we're headed. We're very young in the market and there's a lot of stuff going around. And that's why I'm so bullish on companies like Ripple and obviously digital asset of XRP, because they're like one of the only mature companies and who don't, BS. They're not fighting on Twitter, not doing this. They're releasing reports. They're doing what they have to do. And man, I can't wait for, this market to take off, but, I also have to have the expectation that I have to be patient. So the feed covers 60 cryptocurrencies according to ICE's site. The update went live in the firm's product environment on Monday, according to a person familiar with the situation. ICE, which is known in the crypto world for being the company behind Bakkt, first jumped into the crypto market with a data feed rolled out at the beginning of 2018, partnering with Blockstream, a firm aimed at building out Bitcoin infrastructure. The so-called cryptocurrency data feed drew data feed from just 15 exchange venues when it first went live. The feed joined a family of more than 450 real-time data feeds operated by ICE when it launched in 2018. The feed transmits data over ICE's high-speed network to a number of, listen to this, to a number of hedge funds and trading firms. Now, why would hedge funds be wanting to know what's going on with crypto and these feeds? Because they are getting ready to put their clients' money in this market. And many have been buying OTC, but more is coming, guys. More and more is coming. So I hope you understand what's happening here. And this is the facts. This is not my feelings. This is not something I made up. This is the facts here. So, and what we're also seeing, guys, if you recall, I reported on this, but folks were saying it's a rumor. And, the site that released it did say they didn't have confirmation. But Samsung Galaxy S10 images show embedded cryptocurrency wallet. We talked a bit about this. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not an official image here from Samsung. This is a leaked image, but it looks pretty accurate and real. So, newly leaked images of Samsung's flagship Galaxy S10 device show support for cryptocurrencies within the device. The Samsung blockchain key store is described as both a secure and convenient place for your cryptocurrency and a place to secure and manage your blockchain private key. This is big, guys. Here's the image here. Images, I should say. But look at what's happening. Integration of crypto into phones. And as I said in that video where I talked about the Samsung information, you can imagine Apple's not far behind, right? They don't want to get left behind. So that's where we're headed, guys. I hope you see that. So here, it looks pretty accurate, pretty real here. And it looks like supported cryptocurrencies Ethereum. So it just shows Ethereum. I don't know, if you can add more or what it is, but at the moment it says supported cryptocurrencies Ethereum. And as you know, version 1 always starts off with one or a couple, right? And then it expands. So you can imagine Bitcoin, XRP, and whatever else is coming eventually. So big news here. So it says here, a user may import an existing wallet to transfer existing cryptocurrency. The image shows that multiple cryptocurrencies are supported, although only Ethereum is named directly. Additionally, a user may create a new cryptocurrency wallet with Samsung blockchain key store. Wow. See what's coming, guys? See what's coming? I'm super excited. Now, we have some news here. This was actually a video of Brad Garlinhouse speaking at the Davos conference, where he talks about gaming platforms are being built on the XRP ledger. Now, this is not entirely new information, because there was shout out to Bank XRP, where there was a video talking about the virtual reality world game Beachhead being developed, and it was talks about it being on the XRP ledger. But it's great to hear a confirmation from Brad Garlinghouse, as he was asked a question, and he said a couple, so more than one, which is a great sign. So shout out to this user too, who tagged me in the video. So guys, big things are ahead. And it's amazing that, we see that Ethereum has games built on it. I think it's Crypto Kitties or something like that. But this looks like real virtual reality games and things along that line, like, beyond just like Crypto Kitties, which seems kind of, very childish almost. But they are, this company is going to be building on the XRP ledger. So big things are ahead. So just imagine you have XRapid, you have R3 Corda Settler, you have the Ripple Spring Initiative, right, where XRP is going to be used in marketplaces and ecosystems, and then you have games that are going to be built on the XRP ledger. And we have to wait and see what Ripple does with Codius, their smart contract platform. We're still waiting on that, and hopefully they release that soon, because it will compete with Ethereum. It will compete with the other smart contract platforms, Cardano and so forth, right? And keep in mind, Ripple has the clientele. It has the customers already. We've seen Ethereum's smart contract platform be used for loans, right? I shared those adoption news with you guys. So who's Ripple working with? Companies that provide loans, banks, right? So perfect segue for the adoption of their smart contract platform, and XRP can be leveraged. So big things ahead for XRP. That's why I'm so bullish on it. I'm about the facts. I'm about adoption. I'm about does your product work? Is it solving a real world problem? And big things are ahead, guys, because if games start being built on the XRP ledger, it's going to be huge. The volume and the potential for XRP to be used as well. Now, Ripple released their Q4 2018 markets report. Not too many takeaways. As you can imagine, the Q4 with the holidays, sales, in certain markets, it's going to be down. But for retail, people who are buying gifts, that type of sales and things are up, right? So we saw Q3, they had a record-breaking sales, but Q4, it sloped down, which makes sense. Once again, people go on break, holidays, and things like that. But it says here, Ripple Q4 sales accounted for 0.24% of global XRP volume, 3 billion XRP released out of cryptographic escrow, 2.4 returned to escrow, average daily XRP volume, 585.7 million, was the highest since Q1 of 2018. XRP is now listed on over 100 exchanges worldwide. There's also an important note here. Q4 escrow activity. In Q4 2018, 3 billion XRP was released out of escrow, 1 billion each month. 2.4 billion XRP was returned and subsequently put into new escrow contracts. The remaining 600 XRP, listen to this, not returned to escrow, is being used in a variety of ways to help support the XRP ecosystem, including the RippleNet Accelerator Program and Spring, with investments like Securitize. Who did I say I'm talking to soon, guys? Interviewing one of the co-founders of Securitize. So the Spring Initiative is, obviously a way of funding a lot of these companies, and it's where the agreement is for XRP to be leveraged in some way there. So I think that's very smart on Ripple's part, and they're driving more utility, driving more use cases, right? So once again, not too much to take away here, but I just wanted to highlight that. Now, moving ahead, some more big news. Coinbase, like I said in previous videos, I don't love Coinbase. They annoy me a lot, and there's things they've done like not listing XRP and many other Cardano and different tokens because they're greedy around Bitcoin and Ethereum and ERC20 tokens, but they are making moves to really further the crypto market as far as adoption and integration and so forth. Coinbase integrates integrates TurboTax to help U.S. clients file crypto taxes. Big, guys. So an important part of crypto trading and investing is you got to pay your taxes, right? So it's good that they're setting up the infrastructure to make it easy for people to do so. Coinbase customers who need to file taxes in the U.S. this year can get a boost from TurboTax, the tax filing software offered by Intuit Consumer Tax Group. The companies announced Tuesday that they were teaming up to allow Coinbase and Coinbase Pro clients upload their transaction gains and losses in 2018 directly to TurboTax Premier, one of the tax firm's products. Coinbase customers can upload as many as 100 transactions at once, according to a press statement from Coinbase. The integration will work directly through Coinbase's retail platform or its Android and iOS apps, the exchange said. TurboTax Premier will help customers determine how to file their taxes from the last year. Any customers who need additional assistance can tap certified public accountants or enroll agents at Intuit. So infrastructure to be able to, because this is going to be important. This is, and expect more exchanges and more companies. Maybe H&R Block is next, right? And the others as far as the US. And this is important because if this market is going to take off, you got to have the tax aspect in place. Make it easy for people to do that. Now, oh boy, looks like business insiders are trying to make me pay here. But the news is about Mike Novogratz. Galaxy Digital is looking to raise funding for crypto companies during this bear market. And Mike's a great guy and billionaire. And I think it's like $250 million. So that's what this news is. And sorry that Business Insider here don't want me to read this article. I have to pay. I mean, it loaded like the first 10 minutes and now they're like, hey, become a Prime guest or whatever. But let me see. Let's see if I can click out of this. Nope, won't let me. Anyway, guys, that's essentially what's going on with Mike Novogratz. Now, New York financial regulator grants BIT license to Robinhood and LibertyX. Big news. New York is a big market. We know the BIT license is a big issue. If you guys remember, I talked to Uphold and BIT license is the reason why they're not available in New York. Now, they will eventually get it, but everybody has to go through this process, right? And we know Robinhood, what are they looking to do? Offer crypto trading services. So stock and crypto trading app Robinhood received a BIT license to operate in New York. New York State Department of Financial Services reports. Robinhood now has permission to trade in 7 cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, in the U.S. state of New York. According to DFS, Robinhood has additionally been granted a money transmission license. Last summer, anonymous sources reported that Robinhood was in talks to secure a U.S. banking license. They're doing some big things, guys. The app began allowing zero-free cryptocurrency trading in February 2018 with over 1 million signups for early access and announced that it raised $363 million in May 2018 in order to expand its crypto trading platform. Wow. $363 million. That's actually more than Bakkt got. Bakkt got a 182.5. Now, that was just their first round of funding. They're probably going to get more, but Robinhood is a beast, guys. And don't get me wrong, I don't, it's great for stock trading. I don't like it for crypto because you can't withdraw your crypto. Now, as I've stated many times, those of us who understand crypto, it's important for us to own our private keys and have it on our ledger and so forth. Some people don't care about that. So I hope you understand that, right? There's going to be just a general public who are not going to be, big time enthusiasts about crypto, but will want to invest and make money. And they don't care. They already trust Robinhood. Robinhood already has its customer database. They're just going to use it. So I hope you understand that. And it's still great for the market. Wow. The DFS has also approved BIT license for LibertyX, which is the first virtual currency license recipient that will allow its users to buy Bitcoin with debit cards from traditional ATMs. LibertyX, which launched their first Bitcoin ATM in 2014, notes on their website that they have thousands of locations, including debit kiosks and traditional ATMs that allow their customers to purchase Bitcoin. Guys, I know I repeat this, but the reason why I say it is just some people, I just want you guys to get in, especially those in the new market. Infrastructure build out. The price is, come on, so low. the weekends are out, the sentiment in the market is low, it's not positive. But the big money, these companies are just building and building, and so much money is being dumped into this market to build out these services and build the infrastructure, man. It's crazy. Now, not just like I said, what do I always say? Look at what the big money's doing, but also what is the government's doing. U.S. New Hampshire bill aims to legalize Bitcoin for state payments in 2020. Just so you know, New Hampshire is a U.S. state for those of you who are who are watching this video from outside of the U.S. And we saw Ohio made that move where you can pay your taxes, starting with businesses, then individuals, in Bitcoin and other cryptos. So let me give you the details. Lawmakers in the U.S. state of New Hampshire are currently considering a bill to legalize payment of fees and taxes in Bitcoin. Documents originally published on January 3rd reveal NHHB 470 is currently making its way through the chambers of the local government, with a public hearing to introduce having took place yesterday, January 23rd. A subcommittee is due to examine it on January 29th, with a due date for a decision set for March 14th. A summary of the bill's passage confirms. Sponsored by Republicans Dennis Acton and Michael Yakubovich, the bill is the latest to attempt to get New Hampshire to accept Bitcoin for state payments, with the idea first surfacing in 2015. So see what's happening, guys. Local governments, even the federal government's looking to make moves with the Token Taxonomy Act, but it's all coming together, and I hope you see the bigger picture here. We are very much the early pioneers and early adopters. Now, crypto is global, so I like to share news about what's going around the world because that will affect the price. Jamaica Stock Exchange plans to list security tokens, but they're planning to list security tokens as tradable assets for clients. The JSE Canadian technology partner Blockstack announced last week that the two firms have completed the first stage of a 60-day live cryptocurrency trading pilot. Marlene Street Forrest, the JSE's managing director, said the trial has been very smooth so far and that the exchange is quite happy with the results. She said, "We are looking forward to moving to the next stage of the pilot, which would eventually include listing of security tokens." What did I say earlier in this video? We're headed to the token economy. You're going to have tokenized securities, stocks, commodities, real estate, whatever it is going to become tokenized, guys. It's really, a big change that's going to take place in the way the financial markets and investing and all these things. It's just going to be disrupted and changed, guys. So some people, like I said, still think crypto is Ponzi and this and that, fake currency, but they're missing the bigger picture. They're just looking at the headlines and not going beyond that. They may be seeing CNBC headlines or this headline, right? FUD articles and articles that just hyper focus on a issue just to sensationalize the issue to get clicks and views and all that, and they're not going beyond that. But like I said, count yourself lucky, guys. The first stage of the pilot saw participation from regulated broker dealers, market makers, and Jamaica Central Securities Depository. Very big. And yeah, so it looks like they're going through their trial and error, and they're gonna be launching maybe sometime later this year, and not just crypto, but security tokens. Now, this news article I'm sharing here, and many of you may know who Joe Rogan is. I do, watch his podcast. I know him from the Fear Factor days when he hosted Fear Factor. Well, he has a podcast, and he was, him and the folks there, he were talking about Bitcoin will become like dollar bills. Why am I sharing this? I'm not even going to go through what he said because he's not like an expert, and he'll talk off the cuff. But we're seeing cryptos getting mainstream exposure, and the people, guess what? People who listen to his podcast, who may not have thought about Bitcoin or crypto or didn't care, maybe get interest now. And when they come into the market with, via Bitcoin, they're going to discover altcoins, right? So the trickle-down effect is happening. The discoverability is happening here, guys, and it's starting to creep into mainstream and pop culture. Finally, BlackRock executive joins crypto startup Blockstack. So Blockstack, the blockchain startup, announced Wednesday that it has brought on Ooh, this guy's name. I ain't even going to try to pronounce it. A former BlackRock executive as its financial controller. BlackRock, the $6 trillion money manager, is the largest firm of its kind on Wall Street. So the guy they hired prior to going to Blockstack most recently oversaw $4 trillion in assets for the firm as the controller of the Arms Americas region. He was also CFO of BlackRock Canada. What have we been talking about? The exodus from traditional Wall Street firms and markets into crypto. We're seeing talent just move over, and that's another indication, guys. These people don't want to lose money. No one, remember, everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants security, right? No one wants to lose money. The investments being made, these people don't want to lose money. These companies want to make money. They have investors they have to answer to. They need to generate revenue, make a profit, right? And these people who are moving over, would they be moving over to a dying market, right? To lose their job? To leave? This guy's leaving BlackRock. He was a CFO. I hope you grasp that. I hope you think about this, like the moves being made. And this is not the only one. I've shared that. That's why I share these movements of people, because it shows just the talent and the expertise and the things that are happening moving over to the crypto, guys, because it's a new asset class. And just like the internet, it's going to take off, and blockchain is going to take off. And I think big things are ahead. You know, as I've stated many times, it's going to be a roller coaster ride up to the moon, right? Up to the next bull run. But you got to be, that's why you can't just focus on price. You got to focus on the movements being made by big money and governments. So exciting stuff. And what do you guys think about this news? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Also, like I said, post your questions on this Twitter post here, so I can collect all of it and make sure I ask the questions that you guys want answers to. And please help share this video on social media and with your friends and family. Let's help spread the facts. Help folks have a logical, factual approach to the market, not just FUD, or not just hype and over speculation and the emotions of it. Emotions are sure, the emotions are part of anything, right? But you have to have a balance. I hope you guys get that. So thank you for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.